kind in putting forward their names for the next year. But and pray God for organising us in Liverpool thereafter. But at some stage, if this association is going to keep going, we need to be prepared to put our fingers out, frankly.
Thank you. All right. Yeah.
Enough said on that particular point. It was an inspired choice to come to Chatham. Not only was it Troubridge's home port, I'm now speaking very personally to say that what a hell of an afternoon I had down in the dockyard. It was absolutely fantastic, walking around and seeing so much. I have to say I can't remember any of it from 43 years ago, but it was tremendous. And yeah, as Brian has already said, walking around Cavalier was, well, walking around the dockyard with Scott was extremely educational, and he was a brilliant guide. Cavalier, I thought, brought it all home, memories of happy and otherwise days, by word. I have to say, I just couldn't remember, you know, the size of the small size of the ops room, the mess decks, the ring bolts on the deck to trip over, the telephone on the plane. And all I can say is that it is one hell of a compliment to all of you in particular for being able to be an extremely happy, efficient and cohesive team, that we could live in those conditions and produce a pretty damn efficient ship, actually, at the end. I mean, she was old, and hearing about, rather reminded about the condenseritis and all the pipes on the quarterdeck, and God, you know, she kept going to the bitter end, but it's quite an experience when you have to live in those conditions. And on that particular score, I know there's no quiz tonight, but do you know where you were 44 years ago today?
No.
It was actually thanks to Julian entirely that when I've been told I was going to have to speak and say a few words, I quickly looked at the list of where we were last. It wasn't actually very exciting at all. But nobody know, right? Or where we were 43 years ago. In fact, you were, I wasn't. No, actually, we just left Gan on the way to Singapore after the second Barra patrol. And at this point in time, we were flogging across to Singapore.
And you crashed into that oil tanker, didn't you?
We did a race. I haven't seen a tiger, and I thought,
Commander just joined them.
And he had literally, yes, old Richard Thomas had just had that diagnosis, which proved false, in fact, in the end. But,
explained a lot.
Yeah, Robin Doe, it was his first trip. There we go. And then, in fact, 43 years ago, you were in Gibraltar. Why were you in Gibraltar for 4 weeks?
Good run.
Yeah, good run.
I was doing Barra patrol then.
You'd done your third Barra patrol.
And lots of what these red barrel to drink.
We was waiting for Taft to come off 9.
The other thing I found this afternoon being incredibly interesting was actually going around the Rotary, and the 5 of us finished up doing a tour given by the most extraordinary man, very droll, dressed in the part. He introduced himself as the foreman of the Rotary in 1875, and carried on in that vein, suggesting that maybe that the Rotary would still be going in 2011. And he gave us the most entertaining of presentations, and we've now all come away knowing why, all about the cat and 9 tails, and now I've gone completely blank. What was it? What was it? Let the cat. Do we know why the cat came out of the bag? Let the cat out of the bag, and money for old rope and all those things. Anyway, literally, if you haven't been in the Rotary, may I suggest you do go, because it really was, looking down this building, a quarter of a mile long, was quite staggering. As he said, you could walk a quarter of a mile down the thing. The trouble is, you've got to come back again a quarter of a mile.
They had bicycles.
Anyway, yes, they have bicycles, which to ride from one end to the other, especially when it's tea time. But it was highly entertaining. So all I can say is to the team, thank you very much indeed for bringing us to Chatham this time. It really was inspired, and I for one had one hell of an afternoon, and I'm very grateful to you. I would like to just say that Brian's granddaughter has a birthday tomorrow, so I think you'll be seeing her tomorrow night.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we're all going to sing happy birthday to her, but anybody else celebrating anything of now that we should know about? No? Oh, it must be somebody's birthday.
Grandfather from 3 weeks ago.
Grandfather from 3 weeks ago. Excellent.
Woke up this morning.
Great. No birthdays?
No, Jim was celebrating that Mick gave him the fiver he owed him from that he bet him back in 1964 while he was
71st birthday.
75. Right.
Yeah.
I suppose in a way it's just needed to say that there's one of us amongst us who was, I remember all too clearly when I did finally back up and retire. About a week to go I was actually quite sort of petrified of what the future might hold in retirement, and I thought, you know, I'm not going to have any friends to be with, what am I going to do next week, etc. Have I got enough pension to live on? And I have to say that having retired, you begin to meet people like yourselves, which is absolutely fantastic. You take on a whole new life around you. So can I just say to Pat, all the best. He retires next Friday.
Yeah.
And your second I did need to mention, and I'm sorry I'm terribly bad on names, as you all know already, but you come for the first time.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And him.
And him, yeah, Jim as well. So, great. It's fantastic to see you two here. And all I can say is, I just hope to see everybody with wives. I'm going to have to say it's going to be one hell of a battle getting behind there. But, they're not very good with reunions, but I hope to see you all up there at Boswell on the battlefield.
On the field.
Can I ask you at this stage then, ladies and gentlemen, to stand? Well, yes. Drink a toast to the association.
Association and the Greenies.